You know, I'm Challenger, I have no life, and I'm Asian, so I probably can get rank 1. Previously on Dragon Balls in My Mouth, we were at 443 LP. And in the next game, I play Elise. But, guess what? I discovered my left side of the jungle is taken over, and I don't have flash, so I should be a little careful that Kha'Zix might be in the area. But I take the risk of taking the Scuttle because I'm like, I'm starved and now I die. And then I gank bot and I'm like, ooh, I definitely predicted that cocoon. And we kill Caitlyn, and then we kill Zyra. Then we get the bottom turret and we decide to do Cloud Drake, but Rumble's actually here. I didn't actually see a TP coming from him because I was looking on the wrong side of my screen. And this Rumble is really fed from the top lane, so he's actually the super scariest shit I've ever seen. And so is this bush. And after the bush comes a Baron attempt from the enemy team. And my team's like, ooh, it's low, let's do it. And but I've learned my lesson to turn when the opportunity is given. And guess what? We get Kha'Zix, and then Rumble comes in and suicides into us. I mean, he gets exhausted. Janna's healing us, and guess what's gonna happen? Yep, that's right, he gets bursted. 3 people are down, that's a free Baron for us. And also with this Baron buff, we actually take down a lot of objectives on the map. Like, damn son, look how much kills we're getting with this Baron buff. And just look at how the map spread its legs so far up, and how we have a lot of control on the map now. And now that we have the bottom inhibitor, we start the Baron, although the enemy is 5 around, so I don't know if it's a good idea. Like, it wasn't me who pinged it, but it was a higher elo player, so, I respect that decision, but we did clump up for Annie ult, and what I kind of wanted to do was hide in the Baron pit, maybe force a fight of some sort. And it probably wasn't the smartest idea to go in Rumble, I should have gone Annie, but I thought the fight was in favor of us. But apparently my backline just got destroyed by... I'm not even sure. And I think my team wanted to peel back, but me and Nar went ahead because there was a Rumble ultimate plus Caitlyn trap zoning us. To be honest, I was getting sick of the zoning, so I went ham. But yeah, I don't know, I think I wanted to pick around Baron, then maybe do it and bait more fights, but this was easily a throw, maybe team fight wise a little bit. But right here, I see the Kha'Zix jump in on Sneaky, and Sneaky's really fed on our team, and the cocoon actually saves him, which is really good. And I am impressed with myself because I did the right thing. Unfortunately, this Rumble is also really fed, so we have to get out. Then, oh boy, we might have lost, but this Rumble, he kind of suicides into my Janna, and yeah, I kill him. Then we decide, hey, let's rush the Baron, which is kind of a good idea because the enemy team is not really in position to stop us. But I think we really have to get out of here and not fight because our team is quite low. And yeah, we had to kite somehow. It was very hard. We do get a kill on Annie, and yeah, right now it is a 5v4, but Rumble is actually on his way because he teleported from the top lane. Right here, I do make a slight mistake by using my repel because I thought the trap would trap me, but apparently it doesn't. I do land a cocoon on Caitlyn, but she does have Mercurial Scimitar. And oh boy, we should have kited. Really. And you know what? It's a new day, it's a new shirt, which means I'm gonna suck right now. And this early game, I was sticking around bot side and mid side. Mid lane was a Karma mid, so that's actually really hard to gank if you don't have any like hard CC. Top lane, I probably should have camped because it was a Mal fight and our Riven can snowball super hard. Bot side was a, I don't think the best bot lane, but yeah, looking at it now, Karma mid is definitely not gankable, that's where I roamed a lot. Bot side was just getting destroyed, and top side may have been our only saving grace. Most of the early game, I think I just spent a lot of time trying to gank mid, when I could have been farming or something. I don't know, I'll say it was a pretty bad game, and we lose some LP for that. And then right here is actually a really sneaky ass gank from the Kha'Zix. As you can see, he ulted from the Fog of War, so we didn't see him coming. And this Jin, he's outputting a lot of damage, his heal's up, and he actually kills the Ezreal, and he doesn't die. What a beautiful sight. And then there's a little team fight in the river, and I see a Jace. He's in trouble. Can I rescue him is the question, and the answer is yes, apparently I can. And he actually lives. Well, Trundle actually ults on and flashes on him, but he lived long enough for us to bait the team fight a little bit more. And way later into the game, we finally get around the Baron pit. Trundle TP's in the pit and basically tanks the Baron, and yeah, he dies for free. And there's also another skirmish happening in the river, and Jace is going straight ham on the Ezreal, but he dies, and I just go to Ezreal to clean him up. And we did this Baron because Kassadin was dead, and I think we had a lot of pressure on the map, so it was kind of easy to force it. And yeah, it actually works out pretty well, as we do win the game. Alright, so the first like 2 minutes of this game, maybe 3 minutes, was actually super retarded. Basically, the Riven wanted to invade at level 1 at 135, which is totally possible because she is a really good duelist at level 1. And so right here, just chasing the Lee Sin, and we chase him so far that even Kassadin comes for an Ignite and a Flash Q. And then Karma actually roams and he needs some help, and now I'm just forced to go into spider form, and the only thing I can do is actually auto attack, so yeah. This is honestly super awkward for me. And she almost gets away, but thankfully I use my W to finish her off. Yeah, so really weird level 1. And right here is basically an easy dive on Malzahar. I didn't really want to go too ham on him because there was a ward that spotted me and the jungler might come to save his ass. I don't know, some bullshit always happens whenever I do something like that. And Riven isn't really in position to help follow up. So the safer thing to do is to actually just zone him off this tower and deny all these creeps. We can easily dive him. Lee Sin is actually in the bot lane, so if he does come, we can actually dive him if he wants a bluff. I mean, I do have my repel, so yeah, he's losing a lot off this. And eventually, Lee Sin actually does come back in, and this Riven actually goes pretty ham. And actually finishes off the Lee Sin. I mean, those Riven buffs to her ultimate actually made that possible. Of course, I probably could have repelled and killed him, but I may have died in the process. Now, this game may look like a stomp, but score-wise, it actually isn't. There's actually a lot of deaths happening in the bot lane, and despite this Malzahar getting cucked in the beginning, he's actually kind of ahead and has a lot of kills, I think. I remember someone had a lot of kills, but he didn't feel that fed. And right here, oh my god, it's like the freest double kill I've ever had, but fuck that Thresh hook, I couldn't even repel after. And I took a tower shot, so yeah, we only actually get Lee Sin. And next up, I see a low hit point Jhin in the bot lane because he was doing some stuff with our bot lane, so I'm like, ooh, a free kill. Then all of a sudden, there's actually 3 people in this bush. And to my surprise, I haven't died yet, but now I'm gonna die, so I suicide onto the Jhin. Didn't repel on a minion because I didn't know if I was gonna die or not, but once I saw Lee Sin, I was a little bit too late to repel on a minion. And then right here, I'm like, ooh, a Thresh. And then I see Karma, I'm like, does she know I saw her, or is she gonna juke out of the bush? I don't know. So I missed the cocoon. Apparently, she didn't move at all. And she would have been a free kill if it weren't for those dirty mind tricks. Thankfully, my team cleans up and people die. Then after the middle inhibitor, we go bottom lane to get some towers. And this Malzahar is actually trapped between my team, so he starts dancing while we start the killing. So yeah, I think he knows it's a little over. I mean, if you look at the kills, it's pretty close, but if you look at the towers, we're winning by a landslide. So yeah, they surrender and we win. In the next game, we played Zac, but we actually skip it because we're going to be using it for another video. So we'll just go over this Elise game, and there's a little fun skirmish happening in our jungle. As I took the Lee Sin's red, and I think he wanted to go to my red just because he wanted to make up for that, and I counter jungled him because I saw he was pretty low. So that's why they're kind of doing this risky move. Then TF had escape, and I kind of wanted to chase him with a cocoon. Now I know his flash is up, so I want to try and suicide for this kill, but my reaction speed to his flash was just a little too slow, so I did not get the cocoon on him, otherwise he probably would have died, and it actually would have been worth. But we fuck up tremendously. Now, whew. Ooh, this play, there's a Caitlyn down there, and I go for the Thresh because I don't want him to lantern her out. And I'm like, wait a minute, I think I can kill this guy. Just wait for my Q to come back up, and oh, that's right, some bullshit happens, and I die. But is it really bullshit? I mean, there is a 50% chance that Lee Sin is nearby due to the action happening in the bot lane, and also 50-50, he might be in top side, he might be in bot side. Guess what happens? 50% he's in the bot side. Risky plays coming from me. Now eventually I do get my ass back into gear and I do get a few kills to make my score look good, so it looks like I didn't do terribly. And yeah, this game is actually looking pretty good now. I mean, we screwed up in the early game and we're coming back into the mid game. And you know, I was streaming this and I saw a comment that said, why'd you walk back into that queue? Does that really matter? Do you think I would have lived even if he missed that queue? Like, some of the comments out there are actually just so dumb. And this team fight, we should have just got TF and then backed out because holy shit, this GP is really strong, so I don't think we'd win unless we counter his barrels, but that takes auto attacks and I don't know if I can do that. But yeah, enemy team is just super far ahead still. And now they get our inhibitor, but I'm just trying to find some kills around the map. You know, just some stragglers to see if I can pick them off or not. And I do get the Caitlyn, and then a little later we get the Lee Sin. And then we get the dragon right after because we really couldn't get mid. But these are the plays I kind of want to do more often, which is picks randomly around the map that people wouldn't expect. Like this Caitlyn only ran into this because she assumed that after we did dragon we would back because we do have an inhibitor pushing, but I was like, she's gonna go bot lane because there is a wave pushing into her tower. But Twitch and I get picked off on the side, so they get Baron, and then we do a team fight. We do get the Thresh, but my team is actually really focused on trying to fight the enemy team, which is definitely doable, and you know, the enemy team shouldn't be sieging us, but damn, I could have autoed that barrel and maybe this would have been different. But the GP just explodes us and we all kind of die. Even though Nar got a nice ultimate, there's nothing to follow up with. So bye bye Elo. And in the next game we played Jinx. Ooh. Now you probably wondering where the fuck your Ash at, and I'm like, well, she got nerfed. So let's try the OP Jinx, in my opinion. You know, I looked at Sneaky's guide, how to play Jinx, and yeah, it all made sense. So first time playing Jinx in ranked, and you can see it's already off to a bad start. Literally 2 autos away and he would have been dead. Instead I was attacking a minion when the Thresh first traded. So we actually could have killed him and probably got a kill in Janna or burn her flash. And right here I'm just getting a bunch of ganks onto the Mordekaiser. And you know what, I probably should have got a little bit more melee range with them, as they do start focusing the TF. Instead of me, no, I'm pretty healthy. My minigun also would have been in range, but I had to use rockets because I wasn't in range. So you can see little mistakes, but it's, you know, the game's still going good. And maybe should have flashed that tornado, but I wasn't in too much danger yet. And now my team is coming to help my lane. Now using my ultimate here, was it worth? I guess you could, I don't even know. But kill secured, now I just gotta kite this Mordekaiser. And yeah, he dies, I know his flash is down, so he can't really kill me. And now we go for a little engage on the Mordekaiser. I'm trying my best to do what I can, but I don't click the lantern. And I get bopped when it's too late. Also I used heal when I had grievous wounds on me, but I was a little scared that that last bop would have killed me. Anyways, Jinx and Ashe are actually similar champions in the aspect of they're immobile AD carries, so they can't really overextend as far as, you know, say someone like Lucian or something. So you have to be a little bit more careful when you're going down lanes, so I don't really get caught out too much in the mid game except for this flash Ahri play. And then my team gets a Baron because we had a lot of pressure plus map control, and the enemy team was actually too far away for them to react and teamfight us, so they weren't really in position to contest, as we did burn it before they reached us. And now I'm in the top lane doing my thing because that's where we should be going, as I got the tower. But I do get caught out by Lee Sin flash kick, and now I'm just being overrun by a bunch of enemies and it's really scary for me. But luckily I do have this MR cloak, so I don't die instantly, but I do get cloned, so that's kind of bad. Now I noticed the enemy team is all magic damage except for Jax and Lee Sin. So I built a Maul Mortius. I don't want to use QSS because I don't know how to, but it doesn't matter, Maul is still really good here. And I'm just being a little cocky fuck because I'm way far ahead in the front line, when obviously you shouldn't be, and as Jinx you should just wait until the team fight starts before even auto attacking. But luckily I was kicked over the wall, and I was saved by Lee Sin and my Maul Mortius, because if they cloned me, I'm pretty sure my team would have got wiped. But hey, that's my Jinx game. I don't know if I should still play her, but I was the only one on my team without an S, so maybe not. In this game I play Hecarim, and guess what? I feed 1 death. A little later, guess what happens? I feed 2 deaths. Hell, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to try for another 3rd death. And then, you know, I see the Jax and I'm like, let's 1v1, bitch. And then there's my 4th death. And then there's a little team fight, and then I feed again. And right here, hell yeah, you know what I fucking do. I'll feed again. But you know, after all this feeding and all these deaths coming from me, guess what happens in the end? As you can see, I feed, but then I win. Classic Panzer Dragon. In this next game, I play Olaf because I want to play him. Kinda want to be super op in the early game and be some kind of jungle carry. And then right here, I'm like, I'm basically just farming around in the mid lane and covering for a TF. Then I'm like, ooh, shit, there's gonna be shit happening in the bot lane, so I better make it. And this is what a good player should do. I mean, when you see free kills, instead of pushing your mid lane and trying to get that mid lane tower, try roaming. It might help your team a little bit. I mean, free kills, right? And then I come in the bot lane, and I'm like, ooh, a rat. But when you're dealing with stealth champions, here's a tip. Always have 2 pink wards, although I have 1 in this clip, but these pink wards are very useful. As you can see, we have pincered their bot lane in the river, so we smashed the rat. And be careful though, that Syndra is actually mega fed, so I have to be kind of careful. I don't want to suicide into her. Then I'm like, ooh, an Evelyn, so I just, you know, I just chase after her. But I can't seem to land an axe. Oh man, it feels kind of bad. Then I see my team is fighting another fight on the left side, so I try and peel for the Jace. And then there's an Evelyn, so we gotta kill her. And we do, so we get a clean ace. Not really, but this lets us get the mid lane tower. Now in the bot lane, I see a Poppy, you know, kind of caught out, so we chase after her. And you can also see on the other side of the map, there is a rush to the Baron coming from the enemy team. So me and TF are actually rushing over there to help him out. But freeze for a second, look at this team fight. My team literally just gets shit on, and yeah, I don't think something like this should have happened. They could have got like a clean ace or something. Like, basically my team suicided, and maybe could have stopped the Baron, probably not, but would have got a lot of kills. But yeah, they just fucked up on a team fight, and I just basically suicided as well. And right here, I think this is a good idea because basically we were hoping that some kind of pick would happen and the sieging of the enemy team could stop, but my team actually gets like A-node, and I guess it wasn't a good idea. But if we look at other options, I mean, what other options are there? Well, there is wave clearing, there is waiting for a thresh hook when they siege, there's waiting until we poke them down with Jace. Those would be the other options, but I was hoping we could catch someone out because I was thinking someone would just run in and maybe die, but the enemy team was all grouped up. Was it warded? I don't think so because I feel like there was no one who walked into the jungle and, you know, play some wards, so I doubt it was warded, but they were all just grouped up and I tried to make a play. But you know what? We're going to end off on that 420 note as it is a cool number. And you know what? Even though I got the 700 LP and then dropped to whatever LP this is, I actually feel like a better player. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it actually is weird, or maybe I was a better player back then, but I don't know. I just feel a lot better, even though I'm lower LP. But whatever, on the next episode of Drinking Balls in My Mouth, we play nothing new. So make sure you watch this episode. If you guys did like this episode, make sure to leave a like, and if you didn't, make sure to subscribe. Anyways, I am Pantsar Dragon, and I'll see you guys next time.